Good morning, guys, YouTube people, world, whoever. Welcome back to Half-Fast 719. I was gonna wash the Kia, but I think I'm gonna wash it tomorrow in the morning before I leave for work. So today will be my last full day home, and then I go to work for 6 days. But anyway, what a project. I think I've done more videos on this thing than I've done on anything. Probably not, but anyway, I have a plan of attack today. I'm going to clean the tank, scrape all this stuff off, hose it off. I might get the little pressure washer out and anyway, yeah, mess to say the least. I'm gonna take these hydraulic hoses off. Maybe not, because I don't have caps. I got caps for the little ones. I'm gonna take this filter off and that filter off probably today once I get a little more dirty, because right now I'm clean. So that filter that sits under there is new. This filter is not new. So I'm gonna go on the Amazon, order a new filter for that. But my plan of attack today is going to be, I'm gonna clean these, and I'm gonna paint them. I was thinking about painting them orange. Man, not much fluid came out. That is the drain for the tank. I did suck out a lot of fluid. But yeah, so I'm gonna clean these, clean that. They're all the access covers. And I'm gonna paint those today. I'm gonna paint this today. Clean those. And paint those. I gotta clean these pry bars. I did buy this pry bar from the Home Depot. It's a Husky. We do have some of these at work. I think I mentioned it in another video called lining bars or whatever. This one is tiny compared to ours we have at work. It's probably the same height, but ours are a lot fatter. They're like, I don't know, this is probably inch and a quarter thick. Ours are probably like 2 inches thick on the railroad. But anyway, it was $40. $40 at the Home Depot. This one I got from Harbor Freight. This one it's been working. I've been putting some leverage on that thing. So if you're worried about one of those from the Harbor Freight, I wouldn't worry about it. I've put all my weight times 4 of bouncing on that, fully extended. Sorry for the sniffling, but anyway. Yeah, so those are good. This is meant to be pried with this end, not this end. You can see the paint is missing. Because the kid was using, well, I told him to stab it into one end, and then he was prying with all his weight and bouncing just to get these tracks off. And yeah, bent it, and then he bent it back because he felt bad. So anyway, because a 60-inch pry bar with a handle. The cheapest I can find them for is like $100. So I saw that. That's what I got. I was also thinking about painting all this, but I think I'm gonna leave that. And yeah, I think I'm gonna leave the track thing alone. I wouldn't mind cleaning this all up once I take this motor off. This is a motor, hydraulic motor, because it got the hydraulic pumps it to the motor. Anyway, but yeah, so I wouldn't mind pulling that off and painting it, and maybe painting these. But right now, I just want to get these painted. I mean, they might actually clean up really good. If they clean up really good, I'm not going to paint them. But I do know I want to paint that. I want to paint that, the battery tray, those blocks, and then once I get this all cleaned out completely, in there, in here, in there, I would like to paint this. Probably won't, but I would like to. I talked to my brother. He's got a skid steer with tires, no tracks, and he had to change his fuel tank because it was cracked, or no, it had algae in it, and he couldn't clean the algae. So he figured since he was going to take it out, he would just replace it. And I sent him pictures before and after, and he said it was bad, but his was worse. He said he cleaned this compartment and he left all that stuff up there, but I'm not going to do that. So let's go over stuff. I ordered a bunch of mats, like absorbent mats. I ordered one of the taper things for the motor mounts because one of them was missing. I think it was this one. I ordered the big washers because it goes motor mount. I think the taper goes in, tapered in, motor mount, big washer, and then bolt, and then nut on the top. So I ordered a set of 4 big washers, 1 cone thing because I have 3, and they're expensive. They're $25 a piece. Trying to think what else I ordered. Got a set of ring pliers, snap ring pliers coming. They were supposed to be here 2 days ago. Oh, I ordered a little brush to clean parts. Yeah, and I can't remember what else, but anyway, this morning, what I'm going to do is I'm going to clean all the tools. Clean tools, put the jack away. Clean all these tools up. Put them all away. And basically get ready for my next off week. My next off week will be installing valves in the cylinder head for the Honda 450. I'm trying to think. Oh, that's what I ordered. I ordered a bunch of hose plugs. So they're hose or hydraulic line plugs. They're just a wedge style that you just put in the lines and stuff. So another thing I'm going to do is I'm going to suck all this hydraulic fluid out of these motors. So I'm going to suck all the hydraulic fluid out of the motors. I'm going to disconnect those lines, that line, and this line, which I don't know So I think that's the brake. And this is supposed to be for AVS controllers of some sort. Because it has a tone ring, I think, from what I've watched on another guy's video. He had a T300, same model, and he pulled this motor off and rebuilt it on the back of his truck. By the way, these are long nose, so 7-inch. I can't remember if it's 7 inches from the back of this to the front, or from the front to this other side, but I think it's to the back. The short nose is 5.5, so I got the long nose. These ones are better because the bearing's out here and the bearing's back there. It's wider, so it's better, less wear and tear. And parts are easier to get with the long nose than the short nose. But anyway, he said that there's a tone ring in there. To use for something. I'd have to watch the video again, but I didn't think this had it, of what he was talking about. So anyway, yeah, so a bunch of stuff is supposed to show up tomorrow, which is why I'm just gonna paint that stuff, clean up tools, paint stuff, and I want to say I would like to try to get the fuel tank back in today, but I don't think that's going to happen with the amount of crud I got to get out of there. Like I said, all that right there is just from inside there. And I still have all that to get out. All that to get out of there. In that channel, but who knows, maybe I'll clean it today. I do have some absorbent little mats. My back's already hurting just thinking about crawling in there. But yeah, have some mats right there that I can probably throw in there. I don't know. I'm gonna put gloves on. I'm sick of touching stuff. Anyway, guys, I got laundry to fold today. Like I said, I was gonna wash the car, but I'm gonna do it tomorrow morning. Yeah, but I'm super excited not to go back to work, but to test this new one out. This new straighter one out. It's the same length. I did change the curvature. I didn't go so high. I went a little less of an arch. So I think we'll be good. Anyway, that's my solar. And then these things are just falling out. I might try to figure something out with this junk, because these just fall out, which is why I don't run this through here anymore, because there's no point of doing that. Anyway, but the front ones are good, so I might just remove these back ones entirely. It's almost like they're too long, so they're too long, and it's pushing it down because of the taper. But I might play with those today, see if I can't figure something out in there. I don't think I'll be able to, because I can cut the edge of it, but I can't trim where it bumps out, like you can see that. So I might pull these ones off and just leave these front ones, and then I can just crack these front windows instead of cracking these windows at night. I do have a battery coming for the Zero Breeze, my air conditioning unit thingy, that I will have to start taking. I think next month I'll have to start taking it because it's going to get hot. Temperatures next week are still supposed to be in like the 50s at night. So I can deal with temperatures at night up to, I want to say about 68. Anything above 68 at night, I'm not sleeping. So anyway, guys, we'll get off here. I'm going to start getting some cleaning done so that I can start getting some painting. But it's going to be like a new skid steer. And I'm doing all the labor myself. So, it's kind of complex, but it's kind of simple. Once you tear stuff apart, it's really complex systems, hydraulic systems, brake systems, valving systems. Everything's difficult and very complex. But Bobcat makes it really easy because you take a fitting out and you can't put it in somewhere else. And if you can put it in somewhere else, it's probably the same fitting. But anyway, my only problem is I gotta remember where all this junk goes. So hoses is gonna be my nemesis when I come to put it back together. Drive line hoses, the drive motor hoses, those will be easy. I already marked them with zip ties. I can actually take them off. I can do a zip tie on once, an extra zip tie, like a green zip tie, so that I know this is this side, that's that side. But you can't really mess it up because if you stick those hoses on this side, the fittings over there will be pointing that way versus pointing this way. So you kind of can't mess it up. You can, but you can't. So, which is why I'm doing it myself. So a lot of these little hoses, like these hoses, the good thing is one's male, one's female, male, female. But the problem is where they connect to, they're both female. So that I might run into an issue there. That's for the attachment up there. Only problem is I might unlock it when I lock it and lock it when I unlock it. And then if that's the case, see, you can't swap hoses here, which would have been nice. Because then if you would unlock it and it locked, you could just swap these hoses, but you can't. So you'd have to do it down at the block, which kind of sucks. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna get busy. I'm gonna get dirty, as usual. I probably got more hydraulic fluid in my thyroid gland and in my body than most cars have in their brake system. Alright, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. Subscribe, comment, do what you do. Keep being you. I might just keep it. I might keep it. Obviously, I'm going to keep it until I sell it. But later, guys.